Hello and welcome to today's math lesson. So can we begin by all turning to say a big hello to our friends on camera? Hello. And we'll begin by doing our meditation sequence. So I will sit down, I'll take 2 fingers, find my heart center, left hand on our lap and close our eyes. And next we'll do our stretching sequence. So let's all open our eyes and stand up and push in our chairs. So let's begin by stretching up high to the sky. High as we can. And then let's go down low and touch our toes. Back up high, and this time can we go tippy toe high? Stand on our tiptoes and give a wave. And then we go back down and touch our toes. And now let's stand hands on hips and let's rotate side to side. And now we'll stretch, so one hand's up, let's go. And then raise our other hand and go to the other side. And next, let's give our hands a shake forward. And then up to the sky. And then down below. And then back forward. And we'll finish with 5 star jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. Please sit down. So who can remember what we learned about in the previous math lesson? And I'll give you a clue. It's a word beginning with V. Remember the last lesson? We learnt about capacity and we learnt about volume. Volume, excellent. How do we spell? I'll give you the first letter, V. O, L, U, N, E. Volume. And what does volume stand for? Can you remember? Volume is how much of something. H O W. How much. M U C H. How much of something. E-T-H-I-N-G. Very good. Volume. How much of something. And we learnt about 2 units of volume. We learnt about ml. Excellent. ml equals meter. Millimeter. Actually, for this one, we need to change that because it's not millimeter, it's milliliter. And what does L stand for? Liter. L-I-T-R-E. Liters if we're talking about more than one. How many milliliters in 1 liter? 1,000 milliliters equals 1 liter. Okay? So now we're going to have a brief board activity to recap the units of volume, milliliters and liter. Okay, so we know 1,000 milliliters is 1 liter. Okay? So next, I will write an amount of milliliters. Now I want somebody to come forward and work them out into liters and milliliters. I seen Lakgow's hand go up first, but don't worry, we'll do a few of them. Lakgow, can you come and join me? So remember, 1,000 milliliters, 1 liter. What color would you like? You use blue? Okay, so how many milliliters do we have?
1,500 milliliters.
So can you turn that into liters and milliliters, please? So 1,500 excellent, 500 milliliters, but how many liters? 1. 1. Okay, you can change the L to the 1 and then, so 1 liter, 500 milliliters. Remember how when we have 1,000 milliliters, we can convert it into liter. So 1,500 milliliters is, ready Lakgow? 1 liter, 500 milliliters. Is that right? High five. Round of applause for Lakgow. So now we'll do another one, and this time we'll make it a bit bigger. I seen Pak Bung's hand go up very quick. What colour would you like? Blue, red or black? Black. I think black's in his pocket. So how many milliliters do we have?
3,200 milliliters.
Okay, so this time I will write nothing. It's over to you. Can you change it into liters and milliliters? So 3,200. First of all, we take our 3,000 milliliters. Excellent. 3,200 milliliters equals
3 liter, 200
Is that right?
Yes.
3 litres, 200 milliliters. Excellent. High five. Round of applause for Pat, please. We'll do one more because I think we're getting the hang of it now. We know how to convert milliliters into litres. Let's see. Let's think of a big number. Prel, come forward. I didn't even have to ask, it was. So, first of all, guys, let's have a look. How many milliliters do we have?
9,275 milliliters.
So now, can we convert into litres? Do we have enough milliliters?
No.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
We have 9,000. So over to Prel. 9,000 milliliters is 9 litres. But then we can't just forget, can we? We can't forget 275 milliliters. We need to include 9 litres, 275. Excellent. So I will say in milliliters only, 9,275 milliliters. Prel, can you convert that for me?
9,275 milliliters.
Is that right?
Yes.
That's excellent. Well done. High five. Round of applause for Prel. So now we're going to move on and we're going to look at a bigger unit of volume. So far we've looked at milliliters, liters. 1,000 milliliters equals
1 liter.
1 litre. But what about 1,000 litres? Equals, we don't know yet, we're going to learn today, equals 1, ready? We'll call it KL, kilo, litre, kiloliter. Think back, remember when we were doing units of length, instead of milliliter, we had millimeter. And 1,000 millimeters made 1 meter. 1,000 meters made 1 kilometer. What we're doing here is we're changing the M to an L. So 1,000 milliliters equals 1 liter, and 1,000 liters equals 1 kiloliter. Okay? Milliliters. Liters. Kiloliters. Excellent. Round of applause, guys. Well done. So what we'll do now, we'll all have a look at a video and PowerPoint presentation to introduce kiloliters and look at the relationship between the different units of volume. So please guys, can you all turn to have a look at the TV screen? And we'll look at the video first. So first of all, let's have a look at our video. Ready guys? How to convert milliliters, liters, and kiloliters. Let's have a look.
Hello everyone, in this video I'll show you how to easily convert between milliliters, liters and kiloliters. Firstly, 1,000 milliliters is equal to 1 liter and 1,000 liters is equal to 1 kiloliter, right? And that's the information that we use to convert between the units. So, milliliters, liters and kiloliters. If you have to convert milliliters to liters, you need to divide the amount by 1000, and if you have to convert liters to kiloliters, again you divide liters by 1000, and if you have to convert back from kiloliters to liters, you multiply the amount you have in kiloliters by 1000, and if you have to convert liters back to milliliters, you need to multiply the amount you have in liters by 1000. Let's look at an example. How many liters are there in 1500 milliliters, right? That means you need to convert milliliters to liters. So the formula for the order of operation is simple. You need to divide milliliters by 1000. So 1500 milliliters divided by 1000 will give you 1.5 liters. Another example. How many milliliters are there in 7 liters? This time you need to convert liters back to milliliters, right?
This is what we did on the board. 7,000 milliliters, 7 liters.
By 1000. So 7 liters multiplied by 1000 will give you 7,000 milliliters. In this example, how many kiloliters are there in 4 liters, right? So you need to convert liters to kiloliters. The calculation or the order of operation is simple. You need to divide by 1000. Divide liters by 1000. So the question says 4 liters. So you divide 4 liters by 1000 to give you 0.004 kiloliters. In this example, how many liters are there in 3 kiloliters? So you need to convert kiloliters to liters. The order of operation you need to follow is you need to multiply.
Remember, 1,000 liters, 1 kiloliter.
3 kiloliters.
So 3,000 liters, 3 kiloliters.
3,000 liters, right? In this example, how many kiloliters are there in 3,000 milliliters, right? So for this example, you need to do two conversions because you need to convert milliliters to liters and then liters to kiloliters, right? So 3,000 milliliters divided by 1,000 will give you
3 liters.
So at the moment your answer is in liters, and then you divide by 1,000 again to get the answer in kiloliters. In this example, how many milliliters are there in 5 kiloliters? Similar to the earlier example, you need to convert kiloliters to liters and convert liters back to milliliters. So you multiply the amount in kiloliters, 0.5 multiplied by 1000 to give you 500 liters, and then multiply 500 liters by 1000 to give you 500,000 milliliters. Some questions. If a bottle can hold 1.5 liters of liquid, how much liquid can the bottle hold in milliliters?
Remember that one? That's what we did on the board. 1.5 liters is 1,500 milliliters. Yes. How about 2,500 milliliters? Remember, 1,000 milliliters, 1 liter. 2,500 milliliters. 2 liters. How many milliliters left over? 500 milliliters. Well done, guys. Well remembered.
Number 2, convert 2,500 milliliters to liters. And number 3, convert 15 kiloliters to liters and milliliters. And number 4, convert 7.3 liters milliliters and kiloliters. So I'll go through the answers. For question number 1, you need to convert liters to milliliters. So 1.5 milliliters multiplied by 1000 to convert to milliliters will give you 1500 milliliters. Number 2, you need to convert milliliters to liters. That means you divide. So 2500 milliliters divided by 1000 will give you 2.5 liters. Number 3, you need to convert kiloliters to liters. So 15 kiloliters multiplied by 1000 gives you 15,000 liters. And then 15 kiloliters multiplied by 1 million
Oh,
gives you
15 kiloliters, 15 million milliliters.
converting to milliliters, right? So it's 1000 multiplied by 1000, which is 1 million. 1 million multiplied by 15 kiloliters to give you 15 million milliliters, right? Lastly, number 4, you need to convert liters to milliliters and also liters to kiloliters. So 7.3 liters converting to milliliters is multiplied by 1000 to give you 7,300 milliliters, and 7.3 liters converted to kiloliters is 7.3 liters divided by 1000 to give you 0.0073 kiloliters. And those are all the questions. So just to recap, in order to convert milliliters to liters, you need to divide by 1000, and in order to convert liters to kiloliters, you need to again divide by 1000. In order to convert kiloliters to liters, you need to multiply by 1000, and in order to convert liters to milliliters, again you need to multiply by 1000, right?
You understand, guys? Milliliters, liters, and kiloliters. To go from millimeters to liters, we multiply by 1000. And then to go from liters to kiloliters, we multiply again by 1000. Because 1000 milliliters equals 1 liter. And 1000 liters equals 1 kiloliter. Any questions? No. Okay, so now let's have a look at the PowerPoint presentation. How much does it hold? And our two words on the subject, capacity and volume. Remember, capacity, how much something holds. And volume, how much of something. Very good, guys. So we can see in liters, 1 liter, how many milliliters? Milliliters. And you can see this container is full to capacity because the water's at the top. So you can say the volume and capacity are 1 liter. Or 1000 milliliters. How many of the 1 liter bottle will go into the 5 liter bottle? If you have, how many 1 liter bottles will you need to fill the 5 liter bottle?
5 liters.
Exactly. 1 liter times 5 is 5 liters. So we'd need 5 of these bottles to fill this bottle. You see, because 1 liter and 5 liters. And here again, we're looking at capacity. The capacity of the small container is 20 milliliters. But where is the volume? 15 milliliters. Excellent. You can see the water level is lower than capacity. So the capacity, 20 milliliters, but the volume, 15 milliliters. Here, the volume is at the top. So the volume and capacity are the same, 1 liter. Remember guys, capacity stays the same, but volume can change depending on how much of something. And what is ml the abbreviation of?
milliliter,
Excellent. How many milliliters in 1 liter?
1000 milliliter,
Excellent. Here we have a 1 liter jug. Each cup holds 200 milliliters. How many cups will it take to fill the jug?
5,
5. Excellent, well done. Because 200 milliliters times 5 equals 1,000 milliliters, or
1 liter,
1 liter. And as we looked earlier, to go from liters to milliliters, we divide by 1,000. But if we want to convert milliliters to liters, we times by 1,000. Because 1,000 milliliters equals 1 liter. So the rate of conversion is 1,000. And we could say 250 milliliters, 0.25 liters. 2,000 milliliters,
2000 milliliter,
how many liters?
2 liter,
2 liters. 4,000 milliliters,
4000 milliliter,
how many liters?
4 liter,
And last one, 7,000 milliliters.
7,000 milliliter,
7 liters. Remember to convert by 1,000. Any questions, guys?
no,
Okay, well done. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the video and PowerPoint presentation and how we can better understand about the different units of volume. Remember guys, we had milliliter,
2
liter
liter,
and kiloliters.
kiloliter,
1,000 milliliters,
1000 milliliter,
1 liter.
1 liter,
1,000 liters,
1000 liter,
1 kiloliter.
1 kiloliter.
Excellent guys, well remembered. And now it's time for our stretching sequence. So everybody stands up and push in your chairs. And we'll begin by placing our hands on our head. Shoulders, knees and toes, head, shoulders, knees and toes, and eyes and ears and mouth and nose, head, shoulders, knees and toes. This time we'll do it quicker, and this time try to practice speaking, okay? Try to say the body parts when we do it. Ready? Head, shoulders, knees and toes, head, shoulders, knees and toes, eyes and ears and mouth and nose, head, shoulders, knees and toes. And to finish, we'll do 3 star jumps, okay? 1, 2, 3. Excellent, guys. Please sit down. And now I will do a board exercise so that we can learn how to measure different volumes inside a container. So first of all, I need to draw a container. So let's see, we will have a glass like this, and we will say the capacity of the glass,
1,000
milliliters. Okay, so we call it, when it's at the top, capacity. How do we spell? C-A-P-A-C-I-T-Y. Capacity. Capacity never changes. The capacity will always be 1,000 milliliters. Okay. If I draw a mark halfway, what's half of 1,000? 500 milliliters. And if I draw at the bottom 0, how about halfway between 0 and 500? 250 milliliters. And then how about halfway between 500 and 1,000?
750
Excellent, guys. And what I'll do, I'll draw a mark. I'll draw 4 marks between 0 and 250. Does anybody know what each mark represents? 50 milliliters. So we go 0, 50, 100, 150, 200, 250. And what I'll do this all the way up, because this is our activity. We have to work out the volume. Does the capacity change?
No.
No. Can the volume change?
Yes.
Yes, the volume will change depending on the level of liquid. So let's see, first one, we'll begin with, where is our liquid level? Okay, so we have a level here, and it's in milliliters. So let's see, who can work out where our water level is currently in our container? Net. Come and join teacher at the front. Where is our water level now? Can you see here, the line? This is our water, and it goes across to 500 milliliters. So can you write these figures in here next to ml? 500. 500. 0 and 0, and then ml. Excellent. So we can say, can I borrow the red pen? Volume of our container now is net 500 milliliters. Excellent. Well done. Round of applause for Nick. But what I've said earlier, does the capacity change? No. Can the volume change?
Yes.
Yes, depending on the level of liquids in the container. So let's try another one. Let's see. This time we will have okay, let's have a look. Who can we choose this time? Can I have you? Can you come and join me at the front of class, please? So what we need to do to work out the volume is we need to look at the level of water or liquid and judge it against our measuring scale. So Chu, what's our capacity? Capacity never changes. Capacity is 1,000 milliliters. But where's our volume now? It's not at 500 anymore. It's lower. 0, 50, 100.
150
150 what?
milliliters.
Okay. 2, what's our volume? Can you write here? 1, 5, 0. Excellent. And then don't forget our units. ml. Perfect. So what's our volume, Chu? Our volume now is 150 milliliters. Okay? High five. And round of applause for Chu. But now, our volume is going to go up. We'll pour some more water into our container. Now, our water is nearly at the top, but not quite. It's not quite at capacity. Now, we need to work out our volume. Bang Bon, can you come and join me at the front? So remember, here we have 750. But each time it goes up by how many? 50 milliliters each time. So here we have 750. What will this be?
850.
800 and then
50.
850. So we can say the volume is, can you write here for me? Yes. 8, 5, 0, and then our unit, ml. Excellent. What's our volume, Bang Bon? 850 milliliters. Is that right?
Yes.
You can see, because we know this is 750. We just count up 800, 850. And that's where our water level is. So well done. Excellent. Round of applause for Bang Bon. And we'll do one more. Okay? This is to help your students understand. Capacity always stays the same. In this case, capacity is 1,000 milliliters, but the volume will change. And this time I will pour lots of water out, and we will have Pat, can you come and work out the volume of the container for me? It was up here, but now it's all the way down here. Here we have 0. Here we have 250 milliliters. What's this? How many milliliters?
50.
So we go up again.
100 milliliters.
Excellent. Pat, what's our volume? 100. So 100. 1, 0, 0. ml, of course, for milliliters. So, Pat, what's our capacity first of all? Capacity is 1,000 milliliters, or 1 liter. But what's our volume now? Our volume is 100 milliliters. Excellent. High five, round of applause for Pat. And that exercise brings us on to our worksheet activity. And you can see the worksheet activity is very similar to the board exercise we've just done. Students, first of all, they have to look at the capacity of the container and then look at where the volume of the container is. And by looking at the measurements, they need to work out the volume of the liquid in each container. Okay, guys? But beware, some containers have a capacity of 1,000 milliliters, but some other ones have a capacity of 2,000 milliliters. So look at the capacity first of all, and then judge it against the volume in the container. Okay? What's the first thing we must do? Excellent. And we will give our students, teachers, give your students around 10 minutes for this activity, and you will need to print off a worksheet for each student prior to the lesson. So there, go.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome.
Thank you, teacher.
Welcome.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome.
Thank you, teacher.
So names on top first, guys, and then we'll do the first one together. So the volume in our first container, the capacity is how much in our first container? What's our capacity, guys? Container 1. 1,000 milliliters, same as here. But our volume is between 250 and 500. So let's see. The first one,
350.
excellent. The first one, 350 milliliters, because we're counting up in 50s. But be careful, in the next one is 2,000 capacity. So you need to work your volume based on the capacity of 2,000. For the 2,000, excellent. Doesn't go up in 50s, does it, Prel? How does it go up? 100, what, by 100 milliliters each time. You can see the 2,000 litre container. Notice, guys, the container that has a capacity of 2,000 milliliters, each mark represents 100 milliliters. Not quite. The 2,000 milliliter container goes up each time, not by 50, by 100. So, from 500 to the next one, 600. Because the 2,000 milliliter container goes up by 100 milliliters each time. You see, guys? 0. Prel, then we have 100, 200, 300, 400.
500, 600, 700, 800,
Excellent. Your 2,000 milliliter container goes up by 100 each time. Your 1,000 milliliter container goes up by 50 milliliters each time. So that's how you work out your volume. See, this one, capacity, 2,000 milliliters, so 1,000, 1,100, 1,200, 1,300, 400, excellent. Okay, so let's see, 500, 550, 600. Yes, sometimes you get the same volumes in the same containers. As long as you work them out correctly, that's the main thing. Wow. Okay, I'll have a look. Excellent. This one not quite at 1,900, just one below 1,900. Okay. 1,400. Excellent. Excellent. So let's see. How about this one? Can you say?
1,400 milliliters.
Excellent.
600 milliliters. 150 milliliters. 600 milliliters.
Excellent, Prel. Well done, you understand completely. The way to do it, and you have understood, is for the 1,000 milliliter container, each mark represents how many milliliters? 50. But the 2,000 milliliter container, each mark represents 100. So we go 1,000, 1,100, 1,200, 1,300. And you can judge your volume based on them measurements. $500, 550. Okay, let's do this one together. So we've got 500, okay? So remember, each mark is 100. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 400, 500, 600 what? Milliliters. Yes. Let's see. A little above 500. Here's 500, 500, 50. Excellent, Pat. Well done. Ned, how we doing? Okay?
Okay.
Let's see. Can you say 1,100? 1,000? 1,100 milliliters. 550 milliliters. 600 milliliters. Excellent. That's very nice. And if you have time, you can colour in your jugs.
350 milliliter, 1,400 milliliter, 600 milliliter.
Okay, let's have a look at this one. 500, 550, 600.
50.
No, you're right. 600. It goes up 50 every time. Okay, very good.
1,800 milliliter.
That's right, because 2,000 milliliter container, each time goes up 100.
450 milliliter.
And do this one last.
1,100 milliliter.
Excellent. And then you can colour. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the worksheet activity and how to measure the different volumes in the different containers. And the key to the activity, for the 1,000 milliliter container, what does each mark represent, guys? 50 milliliters. But for the 2,000 milliliter container, each mark represents
100 milliliter.
perfect. And you can work out your measurements of volume based on that. And that's all for today's lesson. We hope you've enjoyed it, found it interesting, and we'll see you again very soon for the next lesson. So can we all turn and say goodbye to our friends on camera? Bye bye.